This dog was so big that he, like a foot, was as bigger than my dog Teddy's entire body.
On the air, online, and on the go. This is Talk 910 KNEW.
The man who killed the American avocado industry. I don't even like avocado anymore. I lived on them for years. I ate avocado, tomato every morning on a bagel for year in and year out. Then years later, I read that, and I didn't know this. I intuitively knew it. Must be an Aztec gene or something, little Incan blood. I lived on avocado smeared on a bagel with tomato. I knew about lycopene 15 years ago. I wrote about it. But you combine the tomato with the avocado and you magnify the health benefits of either fruit. It was discovered years later. But since the avocados are no longer raised in California, but they're raised south of the border, down Mexico way, and since, as you well know, they fertilize their crops in Mexico with a certain byproduct of the human body, and the pesticide use in Mexico is on the level of any other third world nation, which means it's toxic. I don't enjoy avocado anymore. I only eat organic vegetables and fruit from California. It's one of the things you can still get out here. Thank God there are still organic farmers. God bless them. I love paying a little extra. I mean, reached a point in America you couldn't eat a piece of lettuce. It was like eating a sandal. Every bite of lettuce was like eating a toxic sandal lately for 10 years. I get an organic lettuce, a different story. Still throw away the outer leaves more so that you can feed a pack of hamsters with what I throw away. You could keep a family of hamsters alive for 100 years with what I still throw away with an organic lettuce. I don't care what they say, organic. Yeah, right, I really believe them. Yeah, they put a stamp on it, but I can taste organic because it doesn't have the pesticide smell. And how do you tell if an onion, for example, or a piece of garlic is organic? A, they look shriveled up and horrendous. I've grown them. I just grew a bunch of garlic. The gardeners picked them for me. Shriveled up. They look like Adolf Hitler's one good testicle. That's how small they are. But the fact of the matter is they are shriveled compared to the commercial. Beowulf, did you touch that word? Because you shouldn't have, because I'm going to say it again. If you did, I'm saying it again. Because I'm going to listen in a minute. I grew garlic. I planted it last winter. So finally they were harvested in my little side yard like 2 weeks ago. Then we dried them in the sun. They do look different than commercial garlic in that, as I say, the size of them is equal to Hitler's one good testicle. Very small, very shriveled up. The taste is good, though. Very pungent, very sulfury. Now, how you can tell if a commercial garlic really is organic, even it has a label, okay, that's a lie because they smear off the Obama health inspector. But the way you tell is that if the sprout comes out from it while it sits in your kitchen, let's say you don't get to it, and it should sprout, it means it wasn't sprayed with maleic hydrazide. Or same with your onion. You love to see an onion sprout once in a while. That's a healthy sign that it wasn't sprayed and cauterized in essence. So I love to eat sprouts, onion sprouts, garlic sprouts. Why am I telling you this? Because it's very interesting. It's important. Little things gleaned from everyday life. I know the big and the little. If I tell you Bonnie Frank wants to steal TARP money, you can take that to the bank. Well, excuse me, not to the bank, but you can take that to the mental bank. If I tell you North Korea fired 4 missiles and our president talks about Michael Jackson because he's a complete and total front man for Goldman Sachs and other moneyed interests, you can take that to the bank. You get it? Miami, Florida. Lori, welcome to the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Dr. Savage. What worries me most about the Michael Jackson fiasco is that it was the press's most important assignment so far from the Obama administration to cover for that hour that Obama spent at the Neopuchin getting a re-education on the Cold War, which reminds me so much of Jimmy Carter and a lot of other Democrats.
Let's cut to the chase. We have a president who just agreed to cut 1/3 of our nuclear arsenal without congressional discussion or votes. What country are we living in? A dictatorship or a democracy where the people have any voice?
A total dictatorship.
Thank you for the call. 1-800-449-8255. San Diego, Gail, you're on the Savage Nation. How do you feel waking up knowing that most of America disapproves of Obama, and yet the media has covered for him while he sold out the country to Russia?
I feel that this man has the entire nation fooled into thinking he's a naive politician, and the left-wing media mouths are in bed with him, and the worst of the worst I wanted to tell you is that I think this guy is the consummate enemy within the gates. Well,
let's pause right there. I think he's a stealth communist liberal. Okay, let's put it to you that way. What I care about is the defense of the United States of America. I believe the man is a walking disaster for the future security of this country. Neville Chamberlain did very similar things with Hitler in the 1930s. I compared Obama to Neville Chamberlain in coming up to the election. I said we have a man who I hope is Neville Chamberlain, but even Neville Chamberlain saw the errors of his ways after Hitler went forward with another invasion of another nation. And even Neville Chamberlain agreed he was wrong. Do you think Obama is capable of ever admitting he's wrong?
Absolutely not. The man is entirely the most arrogant politician I've ever observed. And I think that at least Neville Chamberlain loved his country. This guy hates his country, and it shows. It exudes from every pore of his body.
Well, I don't know about the hate part of it. I think he has no feelings for the country. I'll put it to you that way. Again, I give him a neutral on it rather than a plus or a negative. I think that his feelings are for the world rather than for the United States of America. Gail, it's a very terrifying situation we're in. We're talking now. It sounds like it's just words. It sounds like it's just rhetoric. There are ramifications to political acts. This could be a fatal blow. Carl Springs, Mike, you're up on the Savage Nation.
Hi, Mr. Savage. You're absolutely right about the Chinese food. It's so hard to find a good Chinese dish down here. And coming from New York, I'd like to have one, but it's like...
You can't. Impossible. I almost got poisoned twice down there when I was there last time. And hostile. I don't know where this group comes from, but these are hard guys. They look like they smuggled over on a freighter. You say one word about the food, it looks like he's going to bring out a cleaver from the back.
Yeah, well, they got caught, these ducks that are down here that come from South America. They're called Muscovies, and a couple of guys got caught using them in their food. So, but Mr. Savage...
Wait, what, muskrats?
No, they're called muscovy. They're ducks. They're a breed of duck, a species.
Oh. Are they wild?
Well, they're domesticated, but they're out everywhere in South Florida. So
they're like the geese in California, like the Canadian geese, and they got to kill them?
You just throw a little bread on the floor, and it's so easy to catch them. A lot of the Mexicans...
Oh, so they're selling them as Peking duck when they're really South American Muscovy?
It's amazing. It's amazing. No, they'll say Peking duck. Yeah, it's amazing down here.
Yeah, Peking duck. Yeah. What do you want? You want Peking duck? Yeah, we got it. Okay.
Yeah, when the Haitians started moving into this one neighborhood, the population of Muscovy ducks went down far where you couldn't even find them in that neighborhood.
Well, maybe we should move the Haitians to the Bay Area because the Canadian geese are out of control.
Savage, let me just tell you, you are like a visionary. You might be the modern day of our time, John the Baptist, the voice in the wilderness, because I've heard you apply God's knowledge to your knowledge, and the amazing thing about yourself is that how you take past events and current events, political science, social events, history, etc., and you can actually tell the future in a way of what's going to happen just from your experience.
Oh boy, can I ever. You don't have to look any further than the past experience of citizens in the Soviet Union or China under Mao Zedong to see what might happen here unless the press and the people stand up to this gangster regime that we have running the country. And I say those words pointedly. You think I'm looking for more trouble than I already have? It's as though America's been taken over by a gang, not by a political party. That's how I see it. It's as though a gang has taken over the country, not a political party. And even the press is starting to stand up to them. That's what I'm trying to get at. Even the supine press is starting to speak out against the gang that can shoot very straight indeed.
Though, Mr. Savage, you can't overcome that feeling.
North Korea, nothing. They say nothing. China, nothing. But citizens who stand up to them, wait till you see how well they can handle it.
Michael Savage. Afternoons 3 to 7 on Talk 910 KNEW and online at 910KNEW.com.